Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant. The Milky Way, our home, and perhaps the singular largest best asset in Elite Dangerous. It's a truly massive place, 400 billion star systems, most of it still completely undiscovered. In fact, in the last count that I'm aware of, around 0.001% of the galaxy has so far been discovered by players, meaning that it could take many hundreds and perhaps even thousands of years to discover the rest of it. What we're seeing here is a beautiful representation of the galaxy created for the Galactic mapping project, and you can see that on their website. I'll link that in the video description. Now, whilst this galaxy is truly immense, it is also full of mystery. Much of that mystery is still completely unknown, for example, the planet Raxler. However, some of these mysteries have, at least in part, been uncovered over the previous years. One such example is the Guardians and their ancient alien ruins. This race of beings, thought to have lived around 1 million years ago, have left behind remnants of their civilization in the Synwave sector. Now, what's particularly interesting about this is that during the early days of 3303, the entire region was investigated by Professor Melville, and he believed that this sector, that the Guardians' inhabited area of space, rivaled the size of the human inhabited area of space. In the background you can see a map created by Canonn Resarch, and this shows the location of all the ancient ruins. Now, whilst this doesn't show off the entire suspected area of which the Guardians were residing in, it nonetheless gives us an indication of just how large the area may have been. The Guardians, of course, are not the only known aliens to exist within our galaxy. There are also the Thargoids. Now, whilst we don't know where the Thargoid home region is, although it's largely suspected to be within the cold 70 sector around Barnard's Loop, nonetheless some pretty significant discoveries have been made that may give some indication as to just where the Thargoids may reside. Now, this is the Pleiades sector, and there's been a whole bunch of unknown structures discovered here, around about 200 in fact, all of them confirmed to be Thargoid related. Now, there's a bit of a spoiler coming up, so you may want to mute the sound for the next 20 seconds. So, in Drew Wagar's latest novel, Elite Dangerous Premonitions, it's revealed that there are in fact two factions of Thargoids, one hostile and one less so, and one is attacking the other. So it's likely they may occupy a significant area of space. What you can see here is another map from Canonn Resarch, this time highlighting all of the unknown structures. And as you can see, yet again, they occupy a very large area of space. Thargoids and Guardians then, these are just two of the known species within the galaxy. However, people who have researched into the subject believe there may well be many more, including an exiled faction of Guardians and maybe an unknown artificial intelligent race as well. Now, sentient life is by no means the only life within the galaxy. Taking once again to the Galactic mapping project, we can have a look at what else has been discovered out there. Here is the Enstor Forest, a strange tree-like structure that exists in a vacuum on airless worlds. This was discovered in January of 3303. I also happen to know that this is not the only alien forest that exists out there. At Elite Meet in Birmingham in 2016, Frontier showed off a crystalline type forest. This is something that so far players have not yet discovered. Earlier in the year, a field of what can only be described as giant space pumpkins was also discovered. It would seem then that out there in the depths of the galaxy, there may also be many other forms of life. In fact, once again, the galaxy is able to give us some hints and indications of just where this may be. Now, we all know the cold 70 sector around Barnard's Loop is permit-locked, but this is by no means the only permit-locked region. Over on the opposite side of the galaxy is a very large region indeed. This one is perhaps much larger even than human-inhabited space. Fortunately, this particular region of the galaxy has been very well charted, with many of these star systems being catalogued. Now, this has allowed for a visual representation of this area to have been created, giving us an indication of just how large this permit-locked region actually is. And although it's very difficult to get a true grasp of that size, it's nonetheless very clear that this is large enough to house an entire civilization. It's been confirmed that the Guardians occupied their own inhabited bubble and it's suspected that the Thargoids also have their own, so it would seem quite plausible that many of these other regions could well be home to other aliens. Here is another one, this one much smaller, IC4673, at the centre of which is a rather beautiful planetary nebula. So yes, the galaxy is full of the unknown, much of it, for the moment at least, completely locked away from us. Other parts though already in the game, and simply are there awaiting discovery. Between them, both the Canonn Research website as well as the Galactic mapping project are fantastic websites and resources to go and research into this. The alien content within Elite Dangerous may well still be vague, existing on the peripheral of civilization, but that will change with the arrival of patch 2.4. And today, Frontier confirmed news of the Frontier Expo 2017 taking place in London on October 7th. And there they're going to reveal what comes after patch 2.4 and the future of the entire game. For now though, the galaxy is still full of mysterious unanswered questions. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.